Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Andrew here, back with Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Here we are in the American Made series. This would be episode number 8. The last one was the R6 Reptilia or C8 Corvette. In this episode here, we will be working on this one right here, the Roadster. I believe it's a 32 Ford Roadster, but if it had the roof on it, it'd be a 3-window coupe, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a 3-window Roadster. It's got the roll bar in the back. It's a nice looking car once it's done, completed. I've already taken the initiative, and we've already done all the prep work for this car. All we have to do is take off all these craptacular looking parts here and put all brand new fresh stuff on. If I'm not mistaken, the block should be on the engine stand over there. That's all it is, just a block. It's all been painted, detailed, ready to rock and roll. As you can tell here, what kind of theme I'm going with this one, right? You know what I mean? You can kind of figure it out. It's a 69, should be a 70, but I'm going to try to make a Boss 302 clone with this one right here when the time comes. I think that's what we're going to do with it, I'm pretty sure. Over here, this will, on episode number 9, oops, screw up the plate. I need to get new plates for this car. That's number 8 in there. This should be number 9. American Made series, number 9. So this will be number 9 right here. Excuse me. The MK5 Camaro, or 5th gen Camaro. That's what will be the next one after the Roadster. So look forward to seeing that one. All right, I was just grabbing the keys for the tow truck inside there. We're gonna head to the junkyard. We're gonna see what we can find. See if we can find episode number 10 and 11, maybe. Who knows? Even though I think we do have that covered in the parking or my garage area that's not visible to the public. But anywho, we're gonna head to the junkyard and we'll see when we get there. Alright, welcome everyone. We're at the junkyard here. We're just gonna latch this up here. Perfect. Good to go. Alright. Ooh, look at that, right off the hop, eh? A Lamborghini. Ooh, it's the Spedicola edition. I knew that because of this hood right here, the air dam. Ooh, fancy. That's not bad. That's not bad. You're making $2,000 profit off it right off the hop. I think. Is that how much? Yep, $2,300 right out the gate. There you go. So if you got, if you're just starting out, you got $25,000 or whatever you want to spend. Boom, buy this, flip it. Now we got $27,000. Interesting, isn't it? Alrighty, let's just tour around the junkyard. Let's see what we can find. I'm not seeing nothing. Oh, wait, what's that? Is this front wheel drive? Is this all wheel drive? You would be all wheel drive. Not what I'm looking for. Alrighty, on to the next. Let's run through the jungle here. It's a good song by CCR, Run Through the Jungle. Ooh, what's this? 6th gen? Ooh, they're toying with me. Well, guess what, guys and gals? I think I found number 10. Number 9 will be the 5th gen. Number 10 will be the 6th gen. Yeah. I'll put that at the garage, because that's where that one will be going. And it's an American. It's beautiful. Ooh, we got ourselves a wagon. Ooh, when we get over there, we'll have to take a little gander at it. Maybe that could be number 11. Who knows? Let's just run around the beach here. That's what it almost looks like. It feels like, sort of. Jaguar XJ220. Ooh. Not bad. You're saving, what, 84,000? Give or take? Or 86,000, I mean? Pardon me, my math wasn't mathing there for a minute. That's not bad. It seems like you're saving money today in this place. Yeah, this is one of my cousin's favorite cars, actually. Ooh, a Porsche. Now, there's a little catch-22 here with these Porsches. So you have a European spec, and you have an American spec. Now, I wonder if the American spec would fall under the American category for this, you know, American made. See, like this one right here is America. So this is the Porsche that was specifically made and designed to be driven in America. It's $2,000 off, but, you know, I'm not sure. I'll leave that one up to you guys in the comments. Let me know. Does this one qualify as an American or no? Because it is specifically designed for America. And most of the time what that means is it's been converted to left-hand drive. It's got all the emissions controls, all this stuff, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. All the I's dotted and T's crossed, you know what I mean? Anywho, what we got here? Ooh, what we got here? We built one of these? No, we have not. Ooh, that's not good. $3 more. You know, that's the price I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to spend $3 more. Because all I gotta do is wash the car and we just made a profit. You know what I mean? So, $3, whatever. That's literally pocket change. Not unless they've made a $3 bill somewhere. Ooh, a wagon. Where are we from? Arkansas. What we got in it? Alright. Probably the AXK V8 dual overhead cam. Ooh, look at that. Good. But if we were to buy this and build it, we wouldn't be putting the V8 dual overhead cam supercharged motor in it. No. We would either be putting the V8 OHV CGM or the V8 OHV CGM SC supercharged. Oh no, it's gonna stay here for that cost. Ouch! I am not spending $2,000 more than what it's worth. Ooh, we gone. See ya. We're just gonna act like we didn't even see that. We're just gonna keep on cruising. You know what I mean? $3. I'm okay spending over on a budget here, but $2,000? Yeah, it's a little much. Bring down the price. Plus, I think I already have one anyway. Huh. Oh. But alright. Well, that concludes our tour of the world-famous junkyard here. I think it's world-famous anyway. I don't know. It's got to be famous to be here, you know what I mean? But, alright, we're going to head back to the shop here, and we shall see you when we get back there. Alright, welcome back, everyone. I'm just getting out of the truck here. I just unloaded the car. It's right here. Just missing a couple tires. Made it a little bit more difficult, as you can see. You know, you see where I had to go. Drive back over there and pull back and where it had to go. And all that fun stuff. Alright, what we got here, eh? This one, both doors. It's got the trunk. No rear bumper. Well, it's got passenger side tail light. It's got a hood. Driver side fender. Front bumper. What's it worth? Look at that, we're already making money. $1,400. Didn't even do nothing to it, just brought it home. But this is going to require some work. I mean, we could probably actually maybe try to get this running next episode. But anywho, that's not what we're here about today. This will be in due time. Alright, what we here for today is we here for this. Such a beautiful car. See, most of y'all, or not most of y'all, I don't know how many of y'all, to be honest, but some of y'all are like, hey, it's a hunk of junk. Well, that's okay, because I see the end vision of what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? And that's why I was thinking, now let me know here in the comments if y'all would be interested in, it's kind of like doing game reviews. However, instead of like reviewing it, instead of throwing negativity at it, why don't we think of ways to improve it? You know what I mean? Like, for instance, the Truck Simulator 25. The one that, yeah, it did tremendous things for me, but a lot of people didn't like it, you know what I mean? Because the graphics and stuff like that, it was too cheesy. Well, I get that. But what about it can we change to make it better? The way on how the truck turns, the way on how, you know, think of ways on how to make it better and flip that negativity and turn it to positivity. You know what I mean? It could be an idea. I don't know. It's, you know, it's a work in progress at the moment. However, I'm still waiting for them to put Chevy actual brand name Chevy half tons in here. You know what I mean? We got Ford, we got Dodge. Now we need Chevy. Chevy. Yep. I don't even want to be greedy, you know, just a regular cab, long bed, 88 to 98 Chevy OBS truck. Well, I'd be happy with that. But it's got to have the 454 SS wheels. It has to. And for y'all that don't know what that is, it is the chrome wheels that came out on the 1990 to 93 Chevy C1500 short bed regular cab, but it had the big block 454 in it. Now the truck was amazing at that time, and still is amazing today. And if it's an original one, there's some pretty high dollar trucks. But yeah, most guys get rid of that stock 454 or that, and they ended up either LS swapping it, or they end up putting in a much larger motor. And then they get rid of the original numbers matching 454, which tremendously decreases the value of the vehicle. But that's their choice, you know. I can't say I'd be any different. You know what I mean? I can't say for certainty that I'd be any different, because you know what, I wouldn't. I do the exact same thing, except for I would use the numbers matching block. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments here in the chat, but I'm pretty sure I'd be able to re-sleeve it if I ever wanted to, you know, put it back down to regular size. I could be wrong. Could be 100% completely off the map with this one. But I'm pretty sure, you know, we can hone it out and bore it out and then drop in factory size sleeves to put it back factory, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, like I said, you know. Person could be wrong here. Won't be the first time. And certainly won't be the last. You know what I mean? That's what makes me me, is I know I'm wrong when I'm wrong. Doesn't mean I'm going to admit when I'm wrong until later, but I still know when I'm wrong. Alright, now I did have plans on actually trying to get this running. But, yeah, no, that plan kind of went out the window. We're just going to build one for it. It's faster, easier. Because I could spend 20 minutes, I could spend an hour chasing my tail. You know what I mean? And I've done it. That one car there, I kept chasing the tail, trying to get anything to work on it, and nothing would work on it. Why? Because the clip wasn't on for the distributor cap. Remember that one, guys and gals? Remember that one? I do. And it sucked, but it is what it is. Alright, anywho, we're stripping now the body. Make the windshield up. Get the other rail thing piece there. Alright, I already took the headlights off. Didn't want to embarrass myself on camera anymore with that one. That license plate can stay on, because, well, that's the one for the car. Everything else, oh, perfect. Play thick, 1300 bones, like that. I'm not really a fan of yellow. See what I mean? AMS0008. Oh, I think I forgot a 0. Anywho, I'm set up to build, if there was that many, you know, 99,999. And all I gotta do is just change this to, you know, a 1, and we got 100,000. That'd be cool. Maybe I might do something like that for 500 subscribers. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, you know. The sky's the limit. Alright, anywho, let's get this over to the paint booth, shall we? Now, don't get me wrong. That brown with that yellow actually looks really good together. Now, the thing that really bugs me is I'm not able to change the color of this interior, which really limits a person, what they can and cannot really do with it, you know what I mean? Now, however, I already have them. They're just stashed away, you know what I mean? The reason why I'm doing all this is because I don't believe there's anything in here. No, there is not. Look at that. We're going to reach into our little tickle trunk here. Look at that. Pulled out the trunk lid. Pulled out the passenger door. Pulled out the mirror for the passenger side. Put the window in. Put the driver's door in. Put the driver's mirror. Put in this protective rail. This one too. And we're going to pop that back up again. We're going to put this headlight on. And then we're going to smack this one on right here. Boom. Look at that. It's on. Perfect. Alright, let's see what else we got back here. We're not putting the bumpers on. Say, look, I'm sorry to say, but they don't suit this car at all. Yeah. So we'll just leave the frame horns sticking out like that. That looks good. Perfection. The body should be at 100. 86. What am I missing? What am I missing? Oh yeah, front and rear bumper. Duh. Okay. Now. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? I'll just wait, it gets better. Don't worry. I'm going to cruise through the list here. Got that, right? Almost like a rose gold, so to speak. Right? Looking pretty shiny. Looking good. We got ourselves our chrome, you know. Got to have a chrome, you know. And we got this blue. I like that blue. It's a nice blue. Then we got a red, you know. Just almost like a hot rod red. You know, looks good. But then we got our color. Alright. Got that. What do we got here for liveries? Actually, that looks pretty good like that. Stripes, yeah. And look at that, eh? It's not even chrome. We just made it look good. I'm looking... Make a jalopy. I'm not entirely sure what that spatter is all about, but actually I kind of like it. Kind of actually looks pretty good. And we got the traditional hot rod flames. So I'm kind of stuck either between this one or this one. I'm thinking maybe we're going to go this one right here. Yeah. I don't know why we're doing this color, but those flames. Look at this. Always forgetting stuff. Alright. Now I'm going to put this back at car lift A. Leave it up on the stand there for a minute. I'm going to create some room out here. I'm going to put this over at car lift B. Get that ready to rock and roll. See? It's in this assembly booth. That's the assembly. You know what I mean? And then we're going to put this one over at garage entrance C. It's like a revolving door. You know what I mean? They come in at A, they get moved down to B, then to C, and from C, they go to the car wash. From the car wash, they come in here to B, and then from B, they go back to C if I have other things I got to do first. Then they come in here, they get stripped down over here, they got sent over to the paint booth. Once they're done at the paint booth, and they've had their bath and all that other stuff, then they get brought over to car lift A, like you see here. And I think this actually is a pretty good setup, if you get what I'm saying. Alright, now, I need to make sure. Alright, they are together. I got the wheels together. I have everything together that we need to put this back on the ground. So, let's get started, shall we? Start with the rear muffler. I'll put the D for Rancho in. I think the way on how I got this looking, I think it's gonna look real good. You gotta let me know in the comments. You know what I mean? And I try to do that rose gold on some of the pieces here. Honestly, I think it's gonna look good, but we shall see. Alright, put in the spring cap, the spring. The rear shock absorber cap. Ooh, look at that, I got it right. I got it right for once. Man, I'm scaring myself. Now, however, you know, I was saving the body panels to get them until it went to paint booth. Alright, you ready? You ready? Boom, look at that. Ooh. This isn't quite that rose gold. This is something completely different, but I think it's going to look awesome. Let's see, does it fit? Ooh, look at that. Just enough. Just enough to care. Oh, that's awesome. Now look at the width on the back of that. That's a monster tire. Alright, let's jump on over here. Let's put the fuel tank in. Alright, now where's that fuel pump go? Since we're here, we may as well shove it in, right? There we go. Ready to race. We got all the fuel pressures. Alright, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna put this shock absorber on. Nice chromed out. I gotta kind of make it look like a hot rod, you know what I mean? Kinda, you know. Gotta have the shiny shine on it. Gotta make it look good. Perfect. Now we're gonna put the needle muffler on since we're down to this point. Awesome. I'm gonna put in this rubber bushing. Put in the bigger bushing. You know what I mean? Put in the rear axle knuckle housing by. Only got one left. What? Because we really need one. Alright, now put in the wheel cylinder. I don't know why they call it the drum brake cylinder, but okay. The word on the street is that it's a wheel cylinder. You know what I mean? What's the word on the street? That's the YouTube show. Word on the street. Well, channel, I mean. Good stuff on there. Get to meet the drivers of different race cars throughout the, the series and stuff. It's a good show. It's a good channel. I like it. Alright, we're getting somewheres, man. I mean, we're making somewheres. We're making some kind of steam here. I hope. Now, just wait this out. Wait till it's back on the ground. And you can see the end result. It might shock you. And that's the reason why I didn't put that rose gold color on the wheel itself, is because then it would have taken away from what I was trying to accomplish. That's why I put a kind of a shiny color, but kind of like almost like a mustard. I mean, you know those hot rods you see with the old style wheels on it, but they're modernized, like they're larger. Oh crud! They're larger size wheels, but they're like almost like a bronze or a copper color. Yeah, that's what I tried to emulate on this, or emulate. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, I hope. Because I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. There, the only red on this car, right here, is the calipers. Alright, you ready? You ready? Boom, look at that, 20s all the way around. Oh yeah. Go big or go home, right? That's what everybody says. I don't know if I believe them or not, but, that's what they say. Alright, last upper, last lower. Helps if I got the right one, Sometimes it helps, periodically. Let's put the shock in. with the spring on it. Alright, let's put the sway bar end link B, or sway bar B. Alright, now I'm going to put the backing plate on, or dust shield, wheel hub, the bearing, rotor, the rotor, man. We've got to have that rotor on, man. Put in the wheel hub cap, as they call it. We call it a dust cap. Protects the bearings from grime and grit and everything getting in there and destroying them. Alright, put the last wheel on for the last time. Perfect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. It's actually looking the way I was envisioning it. Minus the flames. Those are just thrown on because, well, they're just thrown on. But look at that. Doesn't that look like a hot rod? Vroom vroom. Looks like a Bonneville salt flat car, to be honest. But that's not what it'll be used for. Look, see? Room for everything. Oh yeah. I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it this time. Alright, let's get this motor built over here, shall we? Alright, first things first, let's drop in this crank. Alright, let's get the crank in. We're going to put the crank caps on. Alright, now we're going to put the other crank cap in, the rear one. Now we're going to put the front one in. Perfect. I'm going to put in the piston rings. Got 8 of these bad boys each, so that's a total of 16 pieces we're putting in right now. Plus the rod caps, which is an additional 8 on top of that 16, so that's a total of 24 pieces that gotta go in. Well, no, let's recalculate this. Just with the pistons, to fully assemble the pistons in the block, you need 24 pieces. Plus then the crank is 25. You need 28 pieces just to put the pistons in the block fully secured. Huh. Ironic. It's ironic, man. I want to see if we can actually keep the motor in this position without actually having to flip it around to assemble it all. That'd be awesome if we did. Save us a lot of time. Lord knows I need time with this. Can't rush perfection, man. Alright. 2 more rod caps and the oil pan can go on. And we put the oil filter on. Put the flywheel, clutch plate, pressure plate, release bearing. Yeah, it looks alright. Yeah, it didn't turn out the way I was anticipating it to either. Son of a biscuit, eh? I just love it when a good plan falls apart. That's what my intentions were anyway. Ooh, look at that. I didn't want the chrome, but I want the performance. Gonna make it look as stockish as possible. Yeah, who puts a stock distributor on a blown big block? I'm sure if you had no other choice, I guess you probably would, yeah. You're right. Alright, I'm gonna put in these push rods. Oh, come on, don't even start with me. I mean, yeah, start, but don't fight me, please. It's been a minute. Alright. Almost got this side of the motor taken care of. However, I'm not going to put the Ubercharger or nothing on until after the motor's in the car. But then I can get everything else done on it first. Namely the plugs, plug wires. I'll put the intake base on. Or the supercharger base on. But I'm not putting the actual supercharger on until it's in the car. I haven't even got a lift point on it, you know what I mean? So yeah. Oh wait, I think I've got a fuse box for it. I think I bought one. Man, doesn't that look good? Looks a lot better than what the Chrome did. Chrome, it was all blotchy and stuff. It just didn't look right. You know what I mean? It's not like that Chrome. Man, how come you don't even remind me? I forgot to put the flywheel, clutch plate, pressure plate, and release bearing on. Oh no. We better put that on right now before we forget about it. Yeah, buddy. We don't want to do that. That could be very catastrophic. Well, not really, because you can't put the gearbox in without all that stuff on. And, well, yeah. Yeah, ooh, shiny new parts. Alright, now we're going to jump on over here to this side. Actually, no, I do got to put the overcharger on. I'm not going to put the carburetors on. That's it. That's it. Alright, we're getting somewheres now. Alright, now we're going to put this on. Alright, now we're going to put this on too. Just like that. Ooh, nice and shiny. Shiny, shiny. Alright, now we're going to put all these rods that push in. Just like that. Got a few of them here. We got 3, 2, 1. We'll put the rockers on. See, the rockers help the rod push. When the spring valves, you know what I mean? Well, when the valve springs open and close, the rocker helps the rod push. Helps the motor ventilate. Alright, like, I mean, that's looking sharp, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Kind of looks like a desert tan or desert color right now. But wait till it's in the sun. It'll almost look similar to this. Not quite, but it looks similar. Alright, I'll put that on. Now, the only reason why I decided to put the supercharger on is because I still got to put all the front side of the motor on. So, you know, and I need the supercharger on so I can put the belts on, and then the fan, and then a whole bunch of this and that, and rigmarole, and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. You know, just makes it a little bit more simpler, a little bit more simplex. I'll put the coil on. We'll put the crank pulley on. Alright, I'm going to put the water pump on. And then we got to put the water pump pulley supercharger edition on. Perfect. And we're going to put the supercharger belt on. Beautiful. Fuel filter. Power steering pump. Yep. All nicely detailed it out. OHV belt. Serpentine belt A. OHV. Perfect. Now we're going to put the fan on. I mean, doesn't that just look good? Like the smoothness of that black, it's not all blotchy or nothing like that. It's actually fairly smooth. I do have to say, it looks pretty darn good. Alrighty. Uh-oh. Oh, good. Thought somebody bought it. Didn't want to return it or nothing. I was like, no, I need it. Alright, car lift A. Here we go. Let's see. Do I have... yes, I do. Okay. Alright. Let's put our stuff in under the hood here. We'll put the radiator in. Put the power steering reservoir. The master cylinder. Let's put the fuse block in. Or fuse box base B. Put relay C, relay B, relay A, 2 more relay A's. Ooh, whoa. Can't be having none of that nonsense. I'm going to pull out the last 2 just to double check, make sure I didn't put a craptacular one in there. No, I did not. Okay, so I need 2 relays. Alright, what do we got here? We got that. Okay. We got this one. We got one. Let's hope we don't need any more. Hopefully this is a B. Oh, we're good. Okay, so we need 2 relay A's. That's what we need. Let's get 2 of them. Relay A's, where you at, man? Perfect. We got them right there. Awesome. Yeah, see, I got a whole slew of them in the back there. You know, I just had to get somebody to run them out. You know, they reached off camera behind my back there and handed them to me. You know what I mean? It's just the way it goes. All right, let's drop this motor in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Needs to be set back just a bit more, but whatever. Is what it is, right? Is what it is. What it isn't. Alright. Let's finish the installation down here, so then we ain't gotta worry about it no more. See, that's the color it's supposed to be, just like so. Almost like a copper. Almost like a copper. That's the key word. Alright, let's put the front exhaust pipe V8 OHVCs on. Beautiful. Groove shape. Alright, we got that all in. We got that in. We got this in. We got that in. Perfect. We can actually set this down on the ground now. We ain't got to go back under it no more. First time actually seeing it on all four since I've owned it. How's it look? Please tell me it sits down low enough in the front. Oh, perfect. Perfect stance. It's not scraping the ground with the horns on the frame here, but you know, she's got... yeah, it's perfect. Alright, we're going to move you over to there. Alright, now we got to finish the assembly process on this. Put the carburetor on. We got one. Let's put the rear one on first. Now we're going to put the front one on. Beautiful. Let's put the scoop filters on. This time I actually got the right ones. Not the ones for the inline 6 there, the TM version motor. Let's put this on. We haven't painted that yet, so maybe we'll do that when we bring the car over for an alignment. Let's put some oil in it. I mean, look at that. Look how close that color is. You know what I mean, between the two? Okay? In the shadows. I want to see what this thing looks like in the sun or under some bright light. I think it's gonna... Oop, gotta wipe that off. Don't need a mask, you know, we just put it together. Haven't even ran it yet. Alright, let's put some stoppage power fluid in. Good enough for this guy. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, now we're going to put some green juice in. Yeah, it's like, I'm guessing, if I had to guess, be like a Granny Smith apple. You know, nice and sweet maybe. I'm not sure. Not entirely sure. But we'll figure it out, you know what I mean? No, we won't. Not that. What's this? Do not overfill. Use only approved fluid. See that? Do not overfill. Okay. I'm glad he told me that. I would never have figured that one out. Do not overfill. Remember that. Okay? Don't overfill it. Okay? Oh, crap. Overfilled it. Oh, well. Alright. Do we have interior for this? No, we do not. Okay, they want the high backs on it. I'm not putting high backs in there. What I'm going to actually put in there... wait, I ordered something. I was waiting for it to show up. Can't remember what it was. Who knows? Hopefully it's my seat supplier guy here. Gets them here right away. I want these ones right there. We're going to put the brown leather in. Only because, you know, it's... And then we're going to put this in right there. Oh, yeah. Yep. Alright, we ordered that. Let's get this over to the alignment rack. Perfect. Beautiful. Now, we need to head over here to the paint area-ish. First off, we need to get rid of all these parts that are no good. And now we need to come in here. We need to go down here. Doot, 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 doot. Perfect, just like that. Awesome. Bring this back over here. Alright, now we're going to bring this and put this on as the final missing piece. Oh yeah. almost looks chrome, doesn't it? Not quite. Oh yeah, it looks good. Alright, let's get this bad boy aligned. Dang, that was close. Wow, that was really close. Alright. Bump this up, slide it to the left just a bit. Just a bit, perfect. I'm going to do the right one. I'm going to slide it down, slide it to the left the same. Looking good for me. Perfection. Now, we ain't going to worry about... no, we're not going to worry about throwing it on the dyno today. Instead, we're going to bring it back to car lift A. Just heard that my interior is here. I'm going to throw that in. Right smartly here. Oh yeah. Different steering wheel too. Nice. Oh no, same one. Perfect. Look at that. See? 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 Matches. Brown with the yellow, you know, kind of almost blends in right about here-ish. Somewhere on the color scale, if I had to guess. But there you go. We have ourselves our very own roadster. We'll take a little gander at this bad boy outside here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's looking pretty good right there, isn't it? Alright, everyone. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And we shall catch you all. Ooh, there you go. Before we say goodbye. See what I mean? As it shines up nice in the sun. It looks real good in the sun. Alright, but anywho, I thank you all again very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And we shall catch you all on the next episode. Bye, everyone.